Bike helmets have moved a long way from the polystyrene buckets that many of us grew up with. So specialized have they become that I have a shelf by my door that is just for bike helmets. It's a little embarrassing how many of them I own, and I'm considering passing my collection off as a conceptual art piece next time my mother comes for a visit, so I won't have to explain why anyone needs half a dozen pieces of safety headwear. Before we get started with our video detailing the best bike helmets on the market, we have included links in the description for each product mentioned, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting off with the best overall bike helmet, we have the POC Octal X Spin. Some people like shoes, some people like bags, some people like watches, but I like bike helmets. I will admit that it is a bit strange to have half a dozen pieces of protective headwear hanging by my door, but I like to be sure I always have the right tool for the job, and I figured there are worse ways to spend your money than protecting your brain. What's even weirder is that I tend to pull down the same helmet every day. Whether I am riding 100 miles on the road or 5 miles to the shops, the Octal X Spin is the helmet I pick for 90% of my riding, and that's why it earned the title of Best Bike Helmet overall. POC is relatively new to the cycling game, but its focus on safety and a distinctively Scandinavian aesthetic has won the brand a loyal following. The POC brand has become associated with placing rider safety above aesthetic or aerodynamic concerns, but its recent models have proved popular with the racing crowd thanks to their support of the Cannondale Pro Cycling team. POC tends to favor bright colors to make riders more visible in traffic, and this has had the added benefit of making their athletes stand out from the crowd and giving the brand a strong image. To make the Octal X Spin, POC took its popular road cycling helmet, the Octal, and gave it a few tweaks to make it equally suitable for trail use. Along with a shell that fully covers the lining, a common feature of off-road helmets, the POC added Spin technology. Spin, which stands for shearing pads inside, is designed to protect against oblique impacts, something that many standard helmets don't do so well. While CPSC regulations don't require protection against these impacts, POC offers Spin technology to people who want protection above and beyond the legal minimum. The main function of a helmet is protecting your brain, so POC made this its main selling point for the Octal X Spin. Safety might be a good reason to pick the Octal X Spin, but you won't be let down in terms of performance either. Reviewers love the comfy straps and 21 vents, which make the helmet disappear in use. One biker said, "The new helmet seems to move air a little better than the previous model." The easy-to-use and highly adjustable retention system also garnered praise from experts. They appreciated the light weight of the helmet, which makes it equally appropriate for road or mountain use. Lastly, the quick adjustment saw one reviewer taking the Octal from box to bike ride in 2 minutes. When I first put on the Octal X Spin, I noted how much more of the back and sides of my head were covered compared to a conventional road helmet. This makes the Octal a safer choice, especially for riding off-road, where low-speed falls and hits to different parts of the head are likely. Despite its larger size, the Octal didn't feel heavy in use, and the scales confirm that it weighs in at a very competitive 267 grams for medium. The larger footprint didn't seem to impact ventilation either. Even on slow climbs, the helmet provided ample airflow. On evening commutes, I felt reassured by the high-visibility orange shell and found the eye garage useful for holding my sunglasses without them slipping off. Next up, we have the best budget bike helmet, which goes to the Bern FL1 Trail. $250 can seem like a lot to spend on something that is designed to break. While it is true that you only get one brain, and it is worth protecting, starting cycling can be expensive enough as it is. Luckily, all helmets approved for use in the US have to pass the same tests, meaning that while cheaper helmets might weigh more or offer less venting, they'll protect you just as much as their higher-end brethren. With the FL1 Trail, the compromises are pretty minimal. Bern uses the same in-mold 18-vent construction as its top-of-the-line helmets, but save money by using a non-brand name adjustment dial on the rear closure mechanism. The helmet offers a visor to protect from rain, sun, and trailside vegetation. It doesn't feel that much different in use to more expensive helmets thanks to its light weight of just 271 grams and plenty of venting. Bicycling Magazine loved the F1 Trail with its 4-level height adjustment for fit and snug-fitting chin strap and color options to suit every rider. The helmet did seem to sit rather high on the head of reviewers at Bike Rumor, which might be a concern for low-speed impacts. The helmet does not offer MIPS, Multi-Directional Impact Protection System, either, but Bern offers an FL1 model with MIPS for $30 more. Some reviewers found the sizing ran a little small, but Amazon reviewers noted that Bern has great customer service if size is an issue. Up next, we have the best high-end bike helmet, which goes to Giro's Aether. Giro has long been a name associated with the highest level of performance in bike racing. Its helmets have won bike races in just about every category, and the brand has innovated not only in performance, but also safety. Two of the biggest trends in cycle helmets recently have been aerodynamics and multiple impact protection, or MIPS. Both have been driven by Giro, but until recently, both required compromises, resulting in racers often owning several helmets. Aerodynamic helmets, such as Giro's first-generation Air Attack, were fast on the flat, but tended to be heavy and poorly vented, and thus a poor choice for hilly days. Giro pioneered multiple impact protection systems in bike helmets in 2015, but in its previous generation of MIPS helmets, sometimes sizing was a little off, and the MIPS liner tended to squeak annoyingly and catch on sunglasses or long hair. The Aether is a no-compromises racing helmet. Instead of placing the MIPS layer by the rider's head, Giro has sandwiched in between EPS foam layers, resulting in a more comfortable and aerodynamic helmet. 11 huge vents make the helmet virtually disappear on climbs. Expert reviewers said that the Aether was among the coolest and best ventilated helmets at high and low speeds we have ever ridden. Of course, the big benefit of the Aether is one that nobody wants to test. Impact protection with the MIPS spherical system is better than ever before, and now the helmet's fit and ventilation are uncompromised, meaning that, should the worst happen, you'll always be the best protected. Gone is the yellow MIPS liner of the previous models. Instead, the new spherical MIPS system is built into the helmet and provides more impact protection and less inconvenience. The adjustable Rocklock 5 fit system means that the helmet will retain the fit, which one expert described as exceptionally comfortable for all shapes and sizes of head. Giro also claims that the helmet is slightly more aerodynamic than its current synth model, and weight is about the same. One biker did note that this integration of the MIPS system meant they had to size up from the medium to a large, and this has been my own experience as well. Giro provides a handy sizing guide that should help you pick the right helmet size for your head. And for our last pick, we have the best portable bike helmet, which goes to the Stack. Bike share bikes are everywhere. More than 1 million miles have been ridden on them in the NYC area, and many other large urban areas are following suit. Most people who ride bike share bikes do so without helmets, and it can be hard to carry around a full-sized helmet on the off chance that you decide to pick up a bike share bike to ride to lunch. This is where the Stack comes in. It's as safe and comfortable as a regular helmet, but when collapsed, it takes up just half the space in your bag. If you use bike share bikes regularly or as part of your commute, the Stack will quickly become something that you never leave home without. When in use, the Stack acts like any other bike helmet, complete with ventilation and an adjustable elastic fit strap. Just like every other helmet here, it has to pass a set of stringent tests that determine its ability to prevent brain injury in the event of a crash or fall. The Stack locks in its expanded position dependably. It never collapsed on us during testing, which was a worry we had before we got our hands on one. The hidden air vents and elastic strap make for a comfortable fit, and the helmet comes in 2 sizes and 4 colors, so there should be something for everyone. The really great thing about the Stack is how it behaves when it's not in use. Instead of requiring a special tie-down on the outside of your backpack, or hanging awkwardly off your messenger bag all day, the Stack collapses into itself and can be stashed in a bag, drawer, or desk. One expert tester loved that the Stack, which packs down to the size of a takeout container, allowed her to store it in her bag rather than having it swinging on the outside at social engagements. Travel blogger The Points Guy found the packability of the helmet so useful that he suggested it as a gift for city breaks. It can be packed in a carry-on bag and used to safely explore a new city. At only 330 grams, the Stack isn't heavy, and it's small enough to fit in almost every messenger bag or backpack. If you use bike share systems or electronic scooters on a regular basis, or intend to borrow a bike while you travel, this is a fantastic alternative to riding helmetless, and, at less than $80, a cheap way to stay safe as you make your way around town. So that sums up our top bike helmets of 2019. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have a great day.